Okay, I feel like this year is already off to a weird start. I do feel a bit strange making a video about like habits and goals and intentions and that kind of thing, but it's what I'm doing and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I really feel that you can only control what you can control, as you know, lame as that sounds. But I think where we have the power to, it's up to us to bring some positivity back into our own lives and in the lives of the people that we have connections with. I'd love to say a big thank you as well to my website host and today's video sponsor, Squarespace. I'm feeling a little husky. I went to dinner last night with my friends. It was loud. I may have strained my voice a little bit. It definitely sounds like I've strained my voice a little bit. I don't know. But I'd love to ask you guys, what's one thing? Like, even if you just had to pick one thing, because I know a lot of places in the world right now, things are still really chaotic. So if we can focus on one positive thing, one positive habit, one positive action that you want to bring into your life, what is it? I have 5 small things that I wanted to work on, and it's not like none of them are crazy, and as long as I continue to be organized, I'll be able to get them done. I believe so anyway. Like, nothing is exceptionally difficult because I didn't want to focus on anything crazy this year. Last year was so stressful that I just want to be able to approach this year with a sense of calm and a sense of purpose. The first thing that I want to work on is actively and intentionally spending more time outdoors. Last year we were very strict in terms of lockdowns. So now that I have the ability to leave the house for more than an hour a day, I want to do that. Like, I'm seeking that outdoor time because I found it makes such a big difference in terms of how I approach my day, especially if I go out in the morning just for a walk. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I've also noticed that when I spend more time outside, not being distracted. So for me, I'm more of an introverted person. Yes, I love time speaking with clients and friends and everything, but to recharge, I need time alone. I'm finding when I do take that time outside and not have distractions, so no people, even no headphones, no music, that's where I'm getting some of my best ideas. But I'm not allowing myself to have my brain capacity absorbed in so many other things, and I can actually be present and enjoy myself and let those ideas come to me, because that's the thing with creativity, you can't force it. The second thing that I'm working on now, I've been working on this for a few months now. It's not just something for this year, but it is something that I still want to treat as a main priority, even though I've already been doing it for a while. And that is being stricter on my morning routine. Like, I use the term routine loosely. As I explained in my scheduling and organization video, I don't follow the exact same routine every single morning, but I have like similar patterns that I would do on similar days, depending on what time I'm starting working for the day and all of that sort of thing. So what I want to be stricter on is not starting work too early. And if you're like a freelancer or whatever, you will totally get this. Like, I was getting into a really bad habit in the middle of last year of just like waking up and checking my emails or waking up and checking my messages from my clients. Because for me, one of my highest values in life is to make others feel cared for. Like, I want to make sure that the people that I have any kind of connection to are looked after. So I would wake up with a sense of urgency of like, oh, you know, I have like 10 unread messages from clients. I better go and get onto them straight away, just so that they know that I'm here for them if they need it and they can contact me and I'm not ignoring them, even though it might have been like 5:30 in the morning. So I'm trying to just be a little better with my personal space and going, okay, no, like when I start for the day, that's when I will reply. Like, there's never gonna be an emergency so great that I need to respond before 6 a.m. in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Because I've gotten good at switching off at night, and that's fine. But when I wake up, like, I'm such a morning person and I just want to get everything done in the morning. So it led things to like bleed into my personal time. And I had to think to myself, if I was showing up to work for someone else and they were making me do all of these things before I actually start and show up for the day, would I be happy? Probably not. This one is only one that I've just started working on in the last few days. I don't normally like to draw lines in the sand of like this year, that year. Like I mentioned, some of these things I started a couple of months ago, but they are priorities at the moment and they're high on my list of things that I'm paying attention to. This new one that I've added in is writing something every day. Sitting down, and whether it's just in my phone notepad or in a journal, just writing something. It could be as short as a sentence, or it could be as long as like multiple pages of a journal. Whatever I feel like I'm capable of writing that day, I want to write. I really want to focus on sharing more this year, and I find that I'm someone who I can overthink things quite easily. Like I have a thought of an idea and I'm like, oh, I should like make an Instagram post about that, and then the other side of my brain is like, oh, but no one cares, it doesn't matter anyway, and so I just stay quiet. So I just want to give myself more time, more space, and the ability to get into flow states of writing more, because I do want to be uploading blog posts more frequently. I want to be writing and sharing things which are useful for you guys, because I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to training. Like I studied these things for years and I share it with my clients, but I also want to share it more in an open platform. This is another one that I've already been doing for a little bit and I love it, which is why I'm going to keep focusing on it. And it's drinking a liter of water before I even eat anything for the day. I used to get up and I would drink like a glass or like half a bottle of water, and I thought that was enough. Like I feel like most people know the benefits now. Like getting enough water is going to make sure obviously that you're hydrated, that your energy levels are high, that your digestion is on point. It's going to help with your skin, and it's going to help your liver do a more efficient job of flushing the nasties out of your body, basically. There's two main benefits that I've noticed from it. Firstly, my energy levels, they were already pretty good, but I find that like having just that extra amount of water in the morning, it does boost them. I feel a little bit more peppy in the morning. And then the second benefit that I notice is it greatly, like I can't underline this enough, it greatly improves my digestion. Also, if you're someone who doesn't drink much water regularly, I wouldn't go for a whole liter. Like maybe start a bit smaller, but on the regular, I will drink 3 to 4 liters per day. So 1 liter for me before breakfast is not an excessive amount, just because I'm used to consuming a high volume of it. This one will be the hardest for me. I'm telling you guys, because I would love for you to keep me accountable. Check on me on my Instagram posts in a few weeks and months from now, and let's see if I'm still doing this. So for me, I feel like I'm like that type A personality. Everything is scheduled, everything is organized, everything has its place, when, where, who, what. I know all the details. So what I want to do is take 1 day a week, and I'm thinking at this point it will be a Saturday. So Tuesdays are like, every Tuesday is my day off. I take that 1 day off per week. But I want every Saturday, because Saturday is typically like a slower work day for me. So I want every Saturday to be unscheduled creative day. So that's the day where if I want to film, I can film. If I want to go out and take photos all day with one of my friends, we can go out and take photos all day. If I want to paint or draw or whatever, I can do that, because I miss being creative for the sake of being creative. And I talked about that in an Instagram post a little while ago, where it's like sometimes when you're pushing and you feel like you aren't being creative anymore and you feel a bit burnt out with it, it's because you're not letting yourself explore anymore, particularly if you're someone who works in a creative industry and you're using so much of your creative energy for your work and your income. Like there's a lot more pressure tied to it, and then, you know, by the time you finish that for the day, you might feel burnt out, like when you're looking at doing your own personal thing. And that's where the love for it comes from, is the expression, the ability to just take whatever it is that you're feeling or whatever it is that you want to convey. It doesn't even have to be anything to do with your emotions. It could be a concept, it can be an idea, and taking that from something that you've thought about to something that is real, to something that people can see or hear or touch or whatever. I love that ability that we can bring things to life. And I think often as adults, we don't let ourselves have that play. Like everything, it becomes work, or it becomes a side hustle, or it becomes something that you make just to share online and get other people's opinions. And I don't think it's the healthiest way to approach expressing your creativity. So that will be the hardest one for me, simply because I'm taking a whole unscheduled day. Yes, I'll still be getting work done, but it won't have a set format, and it's more about me free flowing and doing what I want to do, and I'm not someone who lets myself do that. I'm very rigid and very structured, so I just want to see how that goes and see what comes out of it and what I can create. And speaking of creativity, obviously, like, I want to be writing more and I want to be photographing more and doing more of these things, and you'll be seeing most of them on either my Instagram or over on my blog. I have a health and fitness blog, which is where I share all my nutritional tips, recipes, fitness information, and that's eatrunlift.me. And then I have a personal journal which I use more infrequently, it's more informal, and that's Aust.me. And both of those websites are hosted over on Squarespace. Now, I've been using Squarespace for like 6.5 years now. They are my favorite web platform because they are all-inclusive. They have everything that you need on there, so you don't have to go searching around for plugins. You don't have to do any difficult design work. You can jump in there, and if you've been considering starting a blog or a website, or you need to put together a portfolio or even like a resume or something, try it out. You can set up a free trial, you can browse through all their gorgeous templates, see what suits your branding, your imagery, how you want to represent yourself or your company or your brand, whatever it is, and you can plug and play. You can drag and drop things. It's incredibly easy to put it together, and then you can hook your website up to other integrations, whether that's your accounting software. You can set up your e-commerce in there. They've also now got built-in email campaigns and built-in membership options for your website too. So if you wanted to build a little private member platform, perhaps you're a coach or something like that, you can build that directly into your Squarespace website now. I have a discount link for you guys as well. So, you know, if you've set up your free trial and you're like, yes, this is amazing, I love my website, which you will, by the way, use my link, which is on the screen, or I'll put it in the description box, and that will take 10% off your first purchase with them. So thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. And thank you for listening to my husky croaky voice. I felt like filming this today. Like, I woke up and I was like, yes, like this is what I want to talk about today. So that's what we spoke about today. If you want to hang out with me some more, you can come over and join me on Instagram. You could hit the subscribe button. If you give the video a thumbs up, it helps a lot. But as always, it's been lovely having you here. I hope you're looking after yourself. I hope you're making some time and some space to take care of yourself. But wishing you all the best, and let's catch up in my next video. Bye!